ICE raids, what you need to know before it's too late. It's 2 a.m. in a quiet Chicago neighborhood. The sound of boots echoes in the hallway, then bang. A door is kicked open. ICE agents flood in, flashlights cutting through the dark, shouting names no one recognizes. For many immigrants, this isn't a movie scene, it's reality. And tonight, we're breaking down exactly what you need to know if it ever happens to you. The reality of modern ICE operations. Across the United States, from Portland to Los Angeles, from New York to Chicago, ICE operations have intensified. What was once a targeted enforcement system has, in many cases, turned into widespread raids, often described by witnesses as chaotic and aggressive. People are being stopped on the streets, in parking lots, or even at their homes based purely on appearance or perceived immigration status. Federal officials claim these operations are focused on individuals with criminal records or multiple entries without permission. But countless reports show that longtime residents, green card holders, and even U.S. citizens have been detained. This inconsistency has created an atmosphere of fear, especially among immigrant communities who no longer feel safe even inside their own homes. Understanding what ICE can and cannot do. One of the most important things to understand is the difference between an administrative warrant and a judicial warrant. ICE operates as an administrative agency, meaning it can issue its own internal warrants, but those do not give agents the right to enter your home. Only a judicial warrant, signed by a federal judge, provides that authority. If ICE agents come to your door, you have the legal right to keep it closed. You can speak to them through the door, ask to see the warrant, and refuse entry if it's not judicial. Administrative warrants will usually be signed by ICE officers themselves, not judges, a clear red flag. Never consent to entry unless the document is properly authorized. Consent, even if unintentional, allows them to step inside and changes the legal dynamic completely. Your rights during an ICE encounter. If you're stopped in public or while driving, remember, you have the right to remain silent. You must provide your name, but you are not required to disclose your immigration status. If you're a U.S. citizen, showing proof of citizenship may prevent unnecessary detention, but if you're undocumented or unsure of your status, it's often safer to stay quiet. Keep your movements slow, hands visible, and tone calm. Aggressive gestures, running, or resisting can escalate the situation quickly. ICE officers may threaten or intimidate you into talking, but it's your constitutional right to say nothing and to request a lawyer. How to handle home raids. When ICE knocks, keep the door closed. Do not open unless they show a judicial warrant. Ask them to slide the document under the door or hold it up to a window. If it's not signed by a judge, you're not legally required to let them in. ICE may claim they only need to ask a few questions or speak to someone inside. These are pressure tactics, don't engage. Simply repeat that you do not consent to entry. If ICE forcibly breaks in, the priority shifts to safety. Stay calm, don't argue, don't resist, and avoid sudden movements. Once the situation stabilizes, focus on asserting your rights verbally. I wish to remain silent. I want to speak to my lawyer. What happens after you're taken into custody? If detained, you'll likely be brought to an ICE processing facility where officers will verify your identity, take fingerprints, and check for prior immigration interactions. You'll receive key documents, such as a notice to appear, which formally begins your removal process. This document lists the allegations against you and the reasons ICE believes you are removable. Always request copies of every document you sign or receive. These will be crucial for your attorney later. If you already have a prior removal order, ICE can reactivate it using a warrant of removability, Form I-205. In such cases, deportation proceedings can move quickly, often without another hearing. The legal process and detention. Once in detention, you may be eligible for a bond hearing before an immigration judge. The judge will determine if you pose a flight risk or a danger to the community. If the judge grants bond, you or your family can pay it to secure your release while your case continues. However, not all detainees qualify. ICE often uses bond denials as leverage, pressuring immigrants to sign voluntary departure agreements. Without a lawyer, many people mistakenly agree to leave the U.S., losing the chance to fight their case. It's critical to remember, There is no public defender in immigration court. Unlike criminal cases, immigration proceedings are considered civil. You have the right to an attorney, but you must find and pay for one yourself or seek non-profit or low-fee legal help. Staying calm and strategic. Panic can lead to mistakes, revealing unnecessary details, signing documents you don't understand, or agreeing to interviews without counsel. The best defense is calm silence. Answer only basic identification questions and then firmly request your lawyer. Remaining calm isn't just psychological, it's tactical. The quieter you stay, the less information ICE can use against you later in court. Many deportations have been expedited because individuals unknowingly gave details that supported ICE's claims. Building a family safety plan. Every immigrant family, regardless of legal status, should have a safety plan. Decide who will care for children, manage finances, or handle communication if someone is detained. Keep important documents, passports, birth certificates, legal paperwork in a safe but accessible place. Inform a trusted relative or friend about your situation and ensure they know how to contact an attorney. Planning ahead reduces panic and keeps families connected, even in emergencies. New developments and hidden realities. In recent years, ICE enforcement patterns have changed dramatically. Under growing pressure from leadership within the Department of Homeland Security, daily arrest quotas have reportedly increased, pushing agents to target broader populations. Community advocates claim that this system rewards quantity over justice, often ensnaring individuals who pose no threat. Reports of unmarked vehicles, masked officers, and unclear identification have fueled confusion and mistrust among immigrant neighborhoods. While many local governments have pushed back through sanctuary city policies, enforcement continues in unpredictable waves, leaving immigrants uncertain about their rights and safety. Beyond legal advice, there's a deeper question here. What kind of society are we becoming if people are afraid to step outside because of their skin color or accent? The immigration system was built on the idea of fairness and opportunity, but somewhere along the way, fear replaced both. Knowing your rights is the first step, but demanding accountability from the system must be the next. Until that happens, preparation, calmness, and community awareness remain your best tools for survival. Final thoughts. If you ever find yourself face-to-face with ICE, remember, stay calm, stay silent, ask for your lawyer, and protect your rights. You cannot control how ICE behaves, but you can control how you respond. For more updates on U.S. immigration, deportation defense, and green card news, stay tuned, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This is Visa Intel USA, bringing you the truth, one story at a time.